Per Jordan Schultz, the Chicago Bears will open up their season on Monday night versus the Minnesota Vikings. Got to talk about that matchup. How do the Bears match up? And is this a good thing for the Chicago Bears? All that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Let's go. Now, if you are new to the channel, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the page. You do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. So it seems like the NFL is fully in on the Chicago Bears and all the changes that they've made. If this is the case, which I have a tendency to believe, Jordan Schultz, I think that he's one of the best in the business at this. But if this is the case, that would mean the Chicago Bears currently have 4 primetime games, because it is being rumored as well that the Washington Commanders game is going to be a primetime game. But to start the season, the Bears are going to be taking on the Minnesota Vikings, marking Ben Johnson's debut as a head coach on Monday Night Football, which is not a surprise to me at all. But I'm going to be honest with you. I love this matchup, and 2 matchups versus the Chicago Bears last season. The Minnesota Vikings and the Bears had clashes. I mean, like, the first matchup was absolutely a clash. And listen, new quarterback. This is post-Washington game. So this is the beginning. I believe this is the first divisional game that the Bears played in. You had a 30-27 finish. It makes it to overtime. Caleb Williams has a phenomenal fourth quarter. Ends up throwing for over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns in the game overall. Gets the game to overtime. Very clutch. I'm loving it. We're loving it. We're excited. And then, you know, somebody told him go be Superman and it didn't work out. Shout out Thomas Brown. Not the best game plan for the overtime. But you saw that moment in that first game where you go, okay, this young man's got something. This is something that is exciting. And in 2 games last season, Ben Johnson was able to put up 30-plus points versus the Detroit Lions in both of the games last season. So you would think that there is still some of that there. But here's what I love about this, right? You're going up against Kevin O'Connell in your first head coaching matchup. You are the offensive guru. You are the offensive genius. Kevin O'Connell's getting that moniker as well. But you know what Kevin O'Connell has proven that he can do? He can go out there and do it as a head coach. Ben Johnson was talking cash money, you know what? Cash money, you know what? And in game 1, we get to see how much of that money was real and how much of that money was counterfeit. I'm excited about that because you're getting to go up against one of the guys who you're trying to be viewed as or better than, right? You're trying to be a Kevin O'Connell type, and Kevin O'Connell has had a resurgence of Sam Darnold. Y'all, we remember the conversations around Sam Darnold before this. He's one of the biggest busts in NFL history. He's going to be gone. Like he'll be out of the league soon. He's a backup with now. Not only did he have a 14-win season, but he's also paid over in Seattle. So Kevin O'Connell, we know what he brings to this entire situation. I think that, to me, is a perfect matchup for week 1. And listen, the Bears last season versus the Vikings had a very different dynamic on the defensive end. And I think being able to see that from Dennis Allen's defense week 1 is a good test as well, because number 1 wide receiver versus Jalen Johnson, except this time Jalen Johnson's following you around. Justin Jefferson, are you going to be a part of this game? How much of an impact is Tyreek Stevenson going to have on this game? How much of an impact does Al Harris have on Tyreek Stevenson? Because in the second game, in both games last season, Jordan Addison was the guy who was absolutely eviscerating the Chicago Bears on a consistent play in and play out basis. Jordan Addison was the guy who, when you were looking at him, looking at the Bears on the field, you were like, my God, could just stop Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison in that first game last year, 8 receptions, 162 yards, 1 touchdown. Aaron Jones had 22 carries, 106 yards, 1 touchdown. And I think this is just a great matchup on both sides of the trenches, on both sides of the line. Now you're swapping out Sam Darnold for J.J. McCarthy. The pressure is going to be in J.J. McCarthy's face, or is it? Bears made all of these impact moves, going out and getting Grady Jarrett, going out and getting Dio Dangbo, who's got inside, outside ability. When you go out and you add when you already have a Gervon Dexter on the field, right? What is he going to be able to do? Does he take another step? Does he increase the pressure that's coming from the middle? Andrew Billings coming back off of surgery. What is he going to look like at the start of this season? Or is he even going to be out there for the start of this season? All of these questions, I think, the Vikings are a perfect team to answer this. They went out and made some great additions in the offseason as well. Didn't need as much being a 14-win team. But when you talk about some additions that you make, you went out and you add Jonathan Allen to this team. Brand new interior, this offensive line. Guess what? Drew Dahlman, you get a test week 1, baby. Hey, Joe Tooney, you thought it was going to be easy. You thought you were easing into this thing? Not at all. And so I think with that, right, when you're having those conversations about, okay, how do the Bears match up versus the Minnesota Vikings? I think the conversation kind of becomes all of those new pieces you got, are they going to live up to the test week 1? Now, I've said, I think things are going to take time. I don't think that this is going to be a wake up and all of a sudden the Chicago Bears are walking out there and they're like, yeah, we're the best team in the NFC. Don't play with us. But I think this is a great test to put all of those question marks that we have to the test in week 1. And I love the fact that it's going to be on Monday night. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you guys as well. Do you think the Chicago Bears start the season 1-0 or 0-1? Drop that down in the comments below. Do you think the Bears start the season with a dub? And how do you believe the Chicago Bears match up versus the Minnesota Vikings? Some of the storylines that are going to come from this game that I think are going to be very, very important as far as season tone setters. Caleb Williams had one of his best games versus the Minnesota Vikings in that first game, 32 for 47, 340 yards, 2 touchdowns. But there was no run game. No run game. Caleb Williams was the run game. He had 6 carries for 33 yards in that game. That basically was your run game for that game. Hey, are you going to be able to develop a run game with these new pieces that you have? Is DeAndre Swift a part of that equation? Is it going to be a Kyle Manun guy? I'm a big Manun guy. Is it going to be, Roschon Johnson? Are we going to see more of him, who was effective versus the Vikings, especially in some of those goal line situations? Those, I think, are going to be massive questions that the Bears are going to have to answer, because that's what stopped you from winning that 30-27 game. You fought all the way back. You were there, but there was no question marks when you got to the overtime on what you were going to be doing. You were passing the football. There were no questions, because DeAndre Swift couldn't move the ball at all. And then you look at that second game, and I mean, listen, by then it's definitely over. The Bears are 4-10 at that point. Everybody's kind of hanging on. Swifty did have a good game in that game. 19 carries, 79 yards, no touchdowns in that one. Keenan Allen had 6 receptions for 82 yards, 1 touchdown. But in this game, right, they basically said, we're not going to let you let Justin Jefferson just be smothered. So we're going to move him around every time to Tyreek Stevenson, and we're going to make sure that he matches up against Tyreek Stevenson. And Justin Jefferson was killing Tyreek Stevenson. That's not going to be the case here in this game. Again, very different setup. They're not playing sides in this with Jalen Johnson. This is going to be more of a man-on-man, right? Jalen Johnson following him around. He's going to be sticking with Justin Jefferson the whole game. Hey, how good are you, Jalen Johnson? Can you keep Justin Jefferson under wraps? I think that he has the ability. I think he's one of the best DBs, if not the best DB in the NFL right now. But to me, when I look at this matchup, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be different than Jalen Johnson has ever matched up with Justin Jefferson before, and I'm excited to see how it all plays out, man. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you guys as well. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Make sure that you tap in with us on Fox today, as we're going to be breaking down the full schedule. I'll be on there making my TV debut with Luke and Ellis, man. Very excited, very excited, very excited. It'll be live on Fox Chicago Plus. It'll also be live on YouTube. So under the Fox 32 tab or Fox Chicago tab. So go tap in with us, man. You don't have to be in Chicago to watch me tonight. So pull up on us, man. Hey, as always, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down, one love. Football's almost here. Not really. We got a long way to go, but we're talking football. I'm excited. Peace.